African history is incomplete without the story of the slave trade of the 17th century. In this report, we take an insider look into what really slave trade was like in the 17th century. Welcome to the Seriki Abbas Museum in Badagry. This was the home of the slave master Seriki Abbas, who sold slaves in the 1830s up until the 19th century. A tour of this barracoon, and you could easily see this had been a place of torture. It contained 40 cells, each holding 40 slaves.
Seriki Abbas was captured by the Dahomeans. The country we call Benin Republic today used to be known as Dahomey. Dahomey was changed to Benin Republic in 1975. Now, it was captured at that place called Jogarile and taken to Dahomey. The first person that owned him as a slave in Dahomey was an Islamic scholar and a slave trader by the name of Abbas. So they call him Abbas. Abbas sold him to an European by the name of William. So they call him Williams Abbas. When he became a young man, Mr. William called him and said, "Look, I give you your freedom, but I want to have an agreement with you. You work for me." And he answered his master and said, "Sir, I'm your slave. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do for you." So whenever Mr. William go to do his business, which was slave trading, he usually take this man along. Consciously, he was teaching him his trade. What was his trade? Slave trading. In Badagry, long time ago, an umbrella was given to Seriki Williams Abbas in exchange for 40 slaves. That's why we have the symbol of an umbrella on the wall, because these are actually items that were used in exchange for slaves in Badagry. The value of a bottle of gin was 10 slaves. The value of the big cannon gun was 100 slaves. The small cannon gun, 40 slaves. The value of a ceramic bowl was 10 slaves. Items such as the mirror and the coral beads were also used in exchange. But these ones don't have specific number. It depends on how you can bargain with the European. The value of a Dane gun was also 40 slaves.
As we explore the barracoon deeper, we hear of even greater horrors.
They used this around the waist of a slave, but you see, it was symbolic. Anywhere that slave gets to, and they see this chain around the waist, the slave traders then know that that slave must have been a terrible slave. This is called the ankle shackle. The idea of the ankle shackle is what we have here. They lock two slaves together. Look at this long iron in the show glass. It's called the iron drilling bit. Because I'm your slave, sir, they put the iron drilling bit into the fire. When it turns red, that means it has become very, very hot. They will now remove it. If your family have a sign, they will use it to make that signage either on my chest, on that part of my body they want.
The land where I squat used to be the home of the late Seriki Abbas. It was a one-story building, but as you can see, there is little to nothing left, just burnt bricks and sand and nothing else. Museum creators here are disappointed that a national heritage like this was abandoned.
The government should train people on how to preserve antiques. If some of the antiques we have here are well preserved, then we are sure and we have the confidence that 100 years to come we'll continue to maintain them, and children yet unborn will still meet some of those things here.
When I entered this very place, it was not attractive at all. So I was like, could this be a museum? So for the management, keeping this place till now, they've actually done a good job. So the government should see to it and give their best to make this place worth it.
If we have a place like this in the Western world, I want to believe it would have been more developed than this. And so if they can see to it, there's a way they can build this place that it will become so attractive to everyone, even from outside the nation. They'll be willing to come over to this place to see what has been in the past.
We pray if attention can be given to not just to museum but to the arts and culture industry financially. I think a favorable allocation is given to the arts and culture industry. I think much will be achieved, because already there are much on ground to be done.
It's the end of a painful and shocking story, but the good side is that Africans are resilient people. We are strong and will rise again from the ashes. From the Badagry Slave Museum, Charles Ngolu, STV Entertainment News.